I hate doing exercise. Give me a puzzle or something, a problem that is almost impossible to solve, and my mind will grab, and I can hold it in my mind for 6 months without a pause. I have had in the past woken up in the middle of the night and having a solution, geometrical solution. My solution's always the short ones. They're like maybe the kernels or the seeds of effortless reality were there from the very beginning of my life. I take after my math teacher in high school who always favored geometry over algebra, and I'll take that any day. We used to do little friendly competitions or with my husband challenges. Who gets to get to an answer faster? Me with my geometrical ways and intuitive sitting in a qigong or a standing like a tree meditative state, or he can brute force it, writing a code, running it on the computer and getting the answers. So you can see what kind of competitions and exercises are dominant in our family. So as a result, I never found that pleasure that people talk about when it comes to physical exercise. I have always dragged myself, put an effort, talked to myself sternly about it, that I need to get in shape, that I'm losing my health. And you can tell as the body ages, you're not as nimble, you're losing a little bit of your flexibility. And so it has been an effort, and every time, because it's an effort, I can sustain it for a year. Once around the COVID years, I was able to sustain going to the gym 3 times a week, even 5 times a week, for 1 year. It was 1 year, and then we had to move to a different house and rent for a year because we had a fire in our house. I don't want to go in there. That's a whole story on its own. And then suddenly my practice is gone. My exercise routine is gone. So you see, it's when it's not yours, when it's not organic, when it doesn't come because your inner being identifies with that, it's very difficult to sustain. And I'm not a proponent of the no pain, no gain. You probably know because you're watching the Effortless reality channel. So here is my latest idea, and I just started. This is day 2, so I'll keep you up to date with my latest experiment. And my latest experiment is, I challenge myself as, okay, you can find all the questions of all crazy puzzles out there or geometrical problems. You could probably come up with a system of exercise that feels natural to you. And when I sat and counted what I have done in the past and some things that I like, and even now I like, but genuinely I'm too lazy or I have to go and take a class. I have done yoga on and off. I have done Tai Chi, Qigong. I just created a video on Qigong, so go watch it if you wish. Running and jogging is not my thing, but I picked up this very cool practice from a young lady on social media, of course. Excuse me, which was about interval training, but she did this ladder training. So you start with 30 seconds rotating, walking, running, then you build up to 1 minute walking, running, then you build up to 2 minutes, and then you step down again to 1 minute and 30 seconds. And I remember I liked it, but then the winter hits and I don't like running in the cold. Then I went to the gym, but I don't have problem. There's something about the gym. I don't know. Is it the cleaning materials in the gym, those solutions? But the gym started well until all of a sudden I started having problems breathing. And so, of course, I freaked out. I said, okay, maybe I'm really out of shape and now I have to go to the doctor. But get this, when I run outside, even in the cold air, I don't run out of breath. So there's something there indoors with the cleaning materials. I feel I'm kind of sensitive to those cleaning supplies. And so, or it could be just ego. I call it my ego antics. I pick something and say, okay, this is it, I have it. And then suddenly I'm not feeling well, or I'm too busy, or something happens. Remember, there's no objective reality. It's all our subjective world. So whatever happens, that means my subconscious is pushing that. And that's why I started calling it the ego antics. But you can call it ego antics, but it still remains there. So what can you do? So, which brings me to my latest experiment. And I actually created that program with an AI tool. I like to play with AI tools. They seem to kind of mirror your thoughts, but sometimes when I have so many ideas and they bounce off, in my head, I just blur them out in a stream of consciousness there for the AI tool and let it kind of pick and rearrange or find some interesting patterns that I usually have missed because they're in my head, right? And so they're in my blind spot. I cannot see it. Sometimes you're too much into your head to see what it is there for you. So I went there and I just blurted out and said, okay, look, I've done qigong and yoga and I like swimming, but I hate myself dragging myself to the pool. And when you go to the pool, there's 3 people per lane. So that's definitely a discouragement. I like jogging, but not so much. I have this interval practice. And don't send me to the gym because I don't enjoy the gym so much, but I do have 2-3 pound weights that I can actually do some little things. I used to do pure bar for 2 years. Maybe that's the longest practice I've done. And again, I injured my hand. And so another ego antic, right? I can say bad luck and things happen in life and whatever, or blame the teacher, but ultimately it's your subconscious playing tricks on you. So there's another antic for me to stop that. And so I blurred all that out, and the AI tool happily actually picked over all that stuff and created a program. And it's like, okay, I don't like this, I like this. Oh, this is a great idea. So don't ever take that what comes out for face value. I kind of use it more as like, okay, it blurs back out in everything that I said in some new format, and then I start picking over. But the most exciting idea, and then when I was looking at the output of the AI tool, we came up with the solution, and I told it, I was like, I'm very restless. My mind has to constantly create. I don't understand the people. I know there's so many people out there who love going in for a run. They can do 5 mile, 10 mile, and they say, and your mind focuses. I have never been able to get myself into that state, into that flow. I can get myself into that flow by giving myself Jinshin Jutsu lying in bed, but not by running on the street. And so I told that to the AI tool. And so it offered an alternating. I said, okay, we'll have anchors, no scheduling, because again, my Uranian mind says, okay, I want my freedom. Who are you? Even if it's me, who are you to tell me what to do? I tend to take my freedom to some interesting heights. Again, another ego antic of mine. And once I was going through that, so the first day you do qigong, and the second day you do that, a little bit of strength with my weights, and the third day you can just do a long walk in the neighborhood that is brisk and gets you like a little bit of cardio. And the fourth day, and then all of a sudden it's like, wait a minute. Did you know that the ancient astrologers actually had assigned an astrological planet to every day of the week? They worked with the 7. The ancients worked only with 7 planets. The Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto had not been discovered by the scientists yet. And so wait. And so there it is. So I rearranged those activities, and I love it. Simply because now it doesn't feel like a schedule. It doesn't feel like a plan. If I skip a day, it's okay. I can pick up from the next day. I don't have to even memorize it. I don't need to worry about 2 weeks from today when I have gone on a trip and come back and I have forgotten about my plan, because now this idea is embedded into my whole existence, my whole being. Monday is the day of the moon, and it's kind of very flowy. The AI tool recommended I call it the restore day. This is my qigong day, the 8 pieces of brocade, standing like a tree. If I want to do more, I can do some cloud hands or whatever I want, but it's flowy day, and it kind of appeals to that sense of the moon rules the Monday. Tuesday is ruled by Mars. For those of you with Roman languages, for you, it should be obvious because in Spanish, Tuesday is martes, right? And so there it is. It's Mars spelled out for you. So it's okay. I'll do the strength. So I'll just lift a little bit. I don't want to get bulky. It's more about toning and getting in shape. So it gave me some sets and reps I can do. Reps and sets. Sets and reps. Anyway, my brain is scrambled right now. Wednesday is the day of Mercury. And again, in Spanish, that's miércoles, which is very close to Mercury. And Mercury is, yes, it's the chatterbox and the communication, but Mercury is also the winged god, right? And so it's like, okay, perfect. I'm going to be going in the neighborhood and doing my brisk walks and enjoying myself. Thursday is the day of Jupiter. And so I thought, well, let's just expand on that day. And wouldn't you know it, that is actually currently my day where I drag myself to a Qigong class. I found this place, which is wonderful and absolute delight last fall. And I was able to go every Thursday during the winter months, but as the summer hit and summer travel and all those other things, I kind of skipped a lot of weeks. And I said, that's it, extra motivation. And it links already with something that I'm doing. So do you see the pattern? Whatever you decide on your exercise plan, or if it's not the exercise plan, if you're trying to start a spiritual practice, or if you want to do something else, if you're working out the process, you want to create something that's very natural. It feels like, it doesn't cost any effort. I mean, there it is, effortless reality again, right? It's me. I will never forget this practice, because all it takes is for me to say, well, today is Friday, and Friday is the day of Venus, right? Friday, you can think of the Nordic goddess, which was Freya or Freya. I don't know how to pronounce it in the Nordic languages. Friday, that I bet that's why it's called. In Spanish, it's Viernes, no? I mean, and in that case, it becomes again Venus. So with Venus, the AI tool offered me, I told the AI tool my idea, and then it took again the idea and rearranged it in this all delightful and amazing way. So it offered me actually playfulness. I have a trampoline in my basement, so it's like, go jump on your trampoline, dance, play music, hang out with your friends or family. It's like, oh, lovely. That appealed my inner Venus very much. Saturday is ruled by Saturn. You can see it in the name, and there I decided to opt for again another strength practice to kind of reinforce what I do on Tuesday. So I have 2 strength practices. One of the keywords for Saturn is reinforcement, solidifying some practice. So that's going to be my second strength day. And Sunday was open because Sunday is the day of the sun, Sunday. Sunday is also the day of our Lord, whoever your Lord is. And I left it open. I can skip the day and it could be my day of integration, or I can just do gentle walk in the park. I know my family likes to wake up early in the morning. I know early in the morning on Sunday, but they do it. My family likes to wake up early in the morning and to go for a run. And I said, well, maybe I'll just join them and I'll do my interval ladder training for as much as I want, and the rest I can just walk. And there it is. I just have my very first ever in my life natural, very organic, innate system. That's the word, system. I was going to say schedule, but that doesn't feel right. So that is the system. And it aligns perfectly with effortless reality.